Well, we got tornado warnings. May 6th. That storm runs clear from Oklahoma, running up into South Dakota. It's going to be a bad storm system. I'm going to go out here and I tell you what I'm doing. I don't know. I went ahead and ran some string, but I'm also putting in, these particular rows have our, you see I have some 2x2s, 2x3s. I'm installing those in because these are Maxiford, these are grafted tomatoes. So I'm adding some additional height on these posts. I drove those in. So I'm adding additional height. I think it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to have to string them up. But if these plants get as tall as I'm expecting them to, then having some string to hold up the tomatoes higher will be of a benefit later on. So let me go pound a few more stakes in the ground here, and before the storm comes, maybe I can go ahead also and try to string up a couple of, or get these guys strung up before the storm as well. So, but I do have to pound some more posts in. Like I said, I didn't have enough to do everything, but having the steel posts in addition with the wood posts, hopefully it'll hold the tomato plants up. So let me get that done. Okay. To begin with, going around these are going to be a little more difficult. There, I got it. Tuck them in. Right now I'm just doing a basket weave, and I'm starting them low because I have some pretty small plants here. that I want to make sure they get in it. My next strand will be higher. The tomatoes on the other end are the ones that have really taken off and need the most amount of assistance. These guys are right behind them. But I'm coming up about 4 inches on the next strand. And I always come wide and bring it back in and try to tuck everybody back in. Getting some of these off the ground and getting them straightened up. They're going to be bent. Some of these tomatoes will be bent for a day, but they'll straighten themselves out. Okay, well, I have these 2 rows accomplished. All I have left now is the 2 smaller plants that are a little bit slower. I do need to get some stakes in here, no doubt about it. Isn't that nice to be able to open up the high tunnel on all 4 sides again? I have these 2 rows. I need to go ahead and finish pounding some post in, but other than that, we'll get some air moving in through here, help with some plants that are actually blooming right now, so that that little air movement help get some of those tomatoes pollinated. Yeah, looks nice to have the place opened up. Gosh, we can finally get rid of some of this winter winds and all of that, and need to go ahead and fertilize again today out here. I need to take down my electric fence here, at least the outside fence. I at least want to get that one done. Look at a white dog. He just climbed right on into the high tunnel. Yeah, gotta investigate things, don't he? Sweet corn's looking good. I'm certain it's going to look a lot better here now that we get some drying out. You can actually see a little bit of dry soil on top, something there we didn't have. So we didn't get any rain last night, so that's good. And I did see there was a little bit of damage down here on our onions, in the sense that they were waterlogged down here at the bottom of the hill. But everybody's gonna benefit greatly by some things drying out finally down here, and that type of thing. So I'm gonna go down here and investigate our watermelon to see if it got beat up too much by the winds. I think by now this is some of my spot spraying today that needs done. Need to take care of some of that and some of that stuff. But I think that these are the cabbage is mature enough now that we don't have to worry about it anymore. I do need the peppers to, hopefully they'll start coming around here, some sunlight. We're going to lose some, but they're hanging on if they can just get up there. Yep, everything's growing. The leaves are getting bigger on the green beans. Yeah. Well, here I am at the cantaloupe, and maybe a little ragged for wear, but they seem to still be hanging in there. I look forward to when new growth can appear. There's a sangria watermelon looking kind of tough. I think I could probably walk out here much farther right now, yeah, and finish planting that initial batch of the Crimson Sweet. That's kind of, we were held up because of this standing water, and there's still some standing water out here, but it's going to be receding daily right now. And the Crimson Sweet looks great. Yeah, it still looks all, they're going to get some. This is perfect growing right now. 75 degrees for a high for this week. There's only 180 listed in 10 days. There's one that's going to have that. There's one that ain't going to make it. Here's one that don't look too happy, or that one. So doesn't mean that one's going to not make it. I think it's just I think the leaf got ripped, because the rest of it look okay. So we'll see how they do. I think given some sunshine and calmer winds compared to last night, I think they'll be in a lot better shape. And even like that guy, the stem's still nice and erect, but the leaf looks damaged. So hopefully it'll put out some new growth pretty soon. So yeah, that's exciting. We'll get these guys, and nothing does better than an actual seed in the ground and have it germinate and come up in the environment it's in. I do think transplanting, you have to go through that phase of the plants acclimating to transplant shock, I guess is the right phrase. And so you got to go through that. That's the downside to it. Plus you're dealing with springtime temperatures that's so volatile, whether you're talking up north where you're talking 35 degrees at night, and compared to the greenhouse of being 70 degrees and things those lines, and here in the Midwest or the high plains, well, here we got our winds we deal with, and the extreme swings in weather where we could honestly be 80-90 degrees for a couple of days out here, and which we haven't yet, but we were at 90 one or 2 days, and then that's what got us all planting our corn when we did. But no, it's just the hurdles we all have to jump, I believe. So